my YouTube friends, welcome back to my channel for another reaction video. So, like usual, I have no idea what I'm about to watch, but I'm super excited. So, let's see how this goes.
And then they always say this, and this fucking spins me out. Well, I don't expect an Australian to understand freedom.
That's a stupid
What are you
statement.
talking about? You constantly say freedom all the time. Like oh, we're so free, we fight for freedom, freedom, freedom. Come to the Freedom Lounge at the airport. Like, fucking what? You know when you're singing the national anthem at the baseball and the person holds the note free for a little bit longer than they should until all you Americans fucking come in your pants? For the land of the free. Oh. Oh. We're so free. Freedom this, freedom that, free, free, free. Now, I hate to break it to you because I don't think many of you know this. There are 92 free countries on the planet. Democratic free countries. You are one of them. Every single English-speaking country on Earth is free, and most of the countries are also free.
Oh.
Now, you're very free. Don't get upset. And I love America, I truly do. I live here and I love it. I have nothing against it. And none of the things I'm about to mention affect you, affect me in any way, right? You may not be the freest place on earth.
He looks terrified for a moment.
Just a quick example, out of the 92 free countries on the planet, you have the highest rate of incarceration. 1% of your adult population is in prison. That's double that of the country that comes in second, which is South Africa. And if you've ever been to South Africa's fucked. So you're double that of South Africa. So statistically, in the land of the free, you have the least amount of free people.
Statistics will do that to you.
Now, this is a super simple one. Super simple argument. In Holland, you can smoke weed whilst fucking a hooker in front of a cop. How dare Holland not be called the land of the free? Do you honestly think you're competing with Holland? In Canada, just last year, they legalized assisted suicide for the sick, which I believe is the biggest freedom of them all. It's your life. No government, no religious group should ever tell you when you get to check out. If you're a pro-life person, good. Do it with your life, not mine. Right? Now, and also, I don't think they've thought about it. I don't think there's even the most evangelical Christian who's a burn victim, just like hanging on to life support in a hospital, just, I feel so free. And I'm so glad they're doing it in Canada, because if I ever had an assisted suicide, I wanted to be a Canadian doctor. I want some guy rocking up to my house like, okay, already then. So I hear that someone's given up on life, eh? All right, let me just set up my little death machine here, and I'm gonna put this in your vein, and you're gonna be so sleepy so soon, I tell you what there. In Australia, maybe 20 years ago, maybe 20, they legalized prostitution. They thought it would be the downfall of our society, but it really wasn't. It was a great thing. Like in Sydney, where I grew up, the streets always had hookers walking around everywhere. There was needles, and it was a very seedy city in some parts, you know. And then what they did was they legalized prostitution. They moved all the hookers into brothels. And because they moved into brothels, all the girls had to be tested for STDs. And then the guys, they could see the test as they go in. So it was safer for the men, but it was also safer for the women. Because what they did was they put security in these brothels. So if you showed up like a drunk idiot, they wouldn't let you in. Or if you got a bit aggro, they'd kick you the fuck out. So the girls were safer, the men were safer. Human trafficking was all but eliminated.
That's a good thing.
And tax revenue went up. And the divorce rate dropped by 8%.
Okay, that's a little bit different.
There is no downside to legalized prostitution. Now, in America, prostitution is illegal unless you film it.
That's true.
How is that possible? How the fuck is that possible? How do you have the biggest porn industry in the world and you still have illegal prostitution? Because it is legal to pay a woman for sex, but your friend Dave has to be in the corner with a camera. And Dave has to film it. And Dave has to promise to put it on the internet, because if Dave doesn't put it on the internet, then a crime has been committed. And that girl can be 18 years old. And then she can be surrounded by 10 men that she barely knows. And they can all jack off onto her face until she's glazed with cum. And no crime has been committed. But in America, and only in America, she's too young to have a beer.
That is true. That's true.
If anyone deserves a beer in the land of the free, the home of the brave, it's the girl with 10 loads of cum on her face.
Yeah.
In fact, if you have 10 loads of cum on your face, you should get free drinks wherever you go. You seem like a fun girl. Or a heavy sleeper.
Okay, so this is only the second time that I've seen any material from Jim Jefferies. And I do have to say, he is very funny. Even though he's being serious here, he still keeps his humor. And I do really like that about a comedian. Now, he's throwing out a bunch of information that I think us as Americans try to avoid, which sometimes we just have to hear. Now, he threw out the statistic for 1% incarceration right here in the US, and it's a number that I've heard before, but I don't think we ever hear the context of that. I mean, to find out that we're actually the highest number compared to other countries is a big deal. I mean, the US has a very large population, so 1% is a lot of people. And I think we kind of gloss over that by just hearing 1%, because 1% is normally a very small number. In this case, it's not. Now, the age limit thing is a very weird thing to me as well. I get that at the age of 18, we're considered legal adults. However, that's not the case for everything. I mean, at 18, if you screw up, you could definitely be tried and punished as an adult. You can deal with the harshest sentence that the law can give you. At 18, you can also join the military, which means that they can then put you in all these dangerous situations because you totally gave them consent to do that. However, when you come home, if you're not 21, you still can't go into a regular bar. I mean, you can't go in and have a drink with some friends. You can't even go in and play pool or anything because you can't go into those establishments. So it's either you kind of keep the age limit at 21 or you leave it at 18. We gotta make something consistent here because it's just super confusing. All in all, though, I enjoyed this video. Hopefully you did too. If you did, please make sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons down below. Also, make sure to hit that little notification button. That way you guys know when I drop my next video. And if you get the chance, check out my Twitch stream on Wednesdays and Fridays. Also, make sure to follow and like the socials. That way, if I put up any new information, you guys get that quick. Well, thanks for joining me here today, everybody. Stay spicy, my friends.